Well, hello again, and welcome to U.S. Taxation Part 2. And this time we will be looking at corporate income taxes. And Lesson 1, I would print this out and carry it with you to class, please. Includes some learning objectives, LOs. There are 5 of them, summarizing the contents of the Form 1120, which is the corporate tax return form issued by the IRS. Number 2, reporting corporate tax return filing due date. Number 3, listing the filing requirements. Number 4, be able to explain the estimated tax payment due date. And finally, number 5, be able to describe who must make estimated payments. The reading assignment is taken from U.S. Taxation 2. For the CPA exam, 18th edition. And for this one, we will read the first 8 pages, 7 pages actually, but you will print off the first 8 pages because it includes a cover page. So please print those off, bring them to class with you so that you'll be able to follow along. And the way to do that, by the way, is to download the file for the textbook and then print out the first 8 pages. We will read the following items on pages 2 through 8. Page 2 is filing requirements. Also page 3. Page 4, contributions, transfers. And page 7, tax return items. We'll read all of those. Finally, we turn to our discussion questions. And there are 4 this time around. Discuss who files tax returns with Form 1120. That would be various corporations of smaller size. Publicly traded companies use something called a 10K, a little bit different. Number 2, discuss the purpose of estimated tax payments. Number 3, discuss the method of estimated tax payments, a little different from the purpose. And finally, discuss who has to use estimated payments on 100% of current year's tax to avoid penalty. There's also an online quiz here, as there is for each chapter in the unit. A very quick read through on the U.S. taxation first 7 pages. Page 1, which is not part of the required reading assignment, gives an outline of 6 items covered under U.S. taxation: corporate tax returns, S corporations, partnership returns, trusts and estates, gift transactions, and tax-exempt organizations. Page 2, which begins our reading for this section, discusses the corporate tax return and lists filing requirements. All of this should be very, very useful in answering the discussion questions. And then estimated tax payments. On page 3, we have a Form 1120 complete, which we'll take a look at in class. Page 4 continues with the contribution transfers. In general property transfers, there's a table there to be looked at. We'll cover through special rules and exceptions. And then on page 5, there's an example given. How do we use this calculation in the event of a specific test problem, and we'll work this one through in class. Page 6 discusses small business corporation stock and gives a summary of Securities and Exchange Rule 351. The last time we looked at taxation Part 1, we ended with Rule 350. So here we're continuing through the SEC rules. Who do they apply for? What is the rule? What are the exceptions? And finally, page 7, tax return items. The computation rule is covered here. And the following week in Lesson 2, we will pick up page 8 and 9 of the text. So we have a fair amount of text this week, rather small amount next week. So it's going to be up and down a little bit as we go. Looking forward to this class. Make sure you bring the 7 pages of material from the textbook with you so we can annotate. We'll go over those in some detail. Looking forward to seeing you all. You have a great week. Bye-bye.